Guns, drugs, and stolen property all seized in a federal raid earlier this week on Jacksonville's west side, and the Drug Enforcement Administration gave News4 Jax exclusive access to their undercover investigation. The raid is part of a 6-month nationwide sting that agents have dubbed Operation Python.
We're told millions of dollars worth of illegal drugs were taken off the streets. News4 Jax reporter Eric Avanier was on that raid where the man arrested had suspected ties to a dangerous cartel. Eric, the feds say we all need to be concerned about this.
Yes, they did. And I have to tell you, I saw enough drugs believed to be powdered fentanyl that could kill a lot of people. I also saw enough high-powered guns that thankfully were not used against the agents as they raided that home. Then I saw a man led away in handcuffs who was identified as a local distributor for a deadly drug cartel that has infiltrated 17 countries, including the U.S. It's 8:30 a.m. and a drug raid is about to go down at this West Side home where DEA agents are serving a search warrant for illegal narcotics. Agents aren't taking any chances because they say the man who lives here, 32-year-old Jules Miller, has indirect ties to Cartel Jalisco New Generation, or CJNG, one of the most powerful and ruthless Mexican drug cartels in the world. Within seconds of the front door being forced open, Miller surrenders with his hands up and is immediately taken into custody. DEA Assistant Special Agent in charge, Mike Dubett, says he and his agents found what they were looking for inside the home.
We've found several weapons, to include a couple assault rifles. We found some what appears to be fentanyl.
Marijuana and large amounts of cash were also found throughout the house and inside a safe. When federal agents raided this home, they not only found drugs, cash, and weapons. As you can see, they've also found thousands of dollars worth of stolen property. Stockpiles of stolen goods were located in a room. Agents believe someone else was stealing the merchandise and trading it with Miller for drugs. It's unclear if he was then selling the merchandise to add to his wealth of cash. This raid was part of a national DEA investigation called Operation Python. Like the famous reptile constrictor, agents were targeting suspects all over the U.S. with direct and indirect ties to CJNG and putting a squeeze on their operation.
They are responsible for distributing a significant portion of methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine to the United States and to our area.
Federal investigators say CJNG has infiltrated 17 countries, including the U.S., with cartel members who are assigned to distribution hubs in Atlanta, Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. Atlanta is identified as the cartel's hub for distribution in the Southeast. Cartel members working out of that hub hired distributors throughout the region, including Florida. What is his role in all of this? How does he connect to CJNG, whether directly or indirectly?
Well, indirectly, he's a distributor of heroin and fentanyl.
I asked Miami DEA Office Intelligence Chief Justin Miller how close are some of these street dealers and distributors to cartel higher-ups in Atlanta and even in Mexico, where the cartel's leader, Nemesio Osiguero Cervantes, a.k.a. El Mencho, is hiding and calling the shots.
Some cases are maybe 2 or 3 levels away. Some cases we have individuals here who are communicating directly with CJNG members and arranging doing the negotiations for whether it be methamphetamine, cocaine, fentanyl, heroin.
Operation Python began last September. During the operation, the Jacksonville DEA office, which covers all of North Florida, has seized more than 6 kilos of meth, 30 kilos of heroin, 31 kilos of cocaine, 1.5 kilos of fentanyl, and more than 2 ounces of gray death. The combined street value of those narcotics is more than $5.5 million, on top of the more than $80,000 in seized cash. Agents also confiscated more than 30 guns. Now, Jules Miller remains in jail on a $50,000 bond for 10 felony charges involving illegal narcotics and possession of firearms by convicted felons. Given his previous conviction on drug charges, combined with the weight of his current charges, he could face decades in prison if convicted. Reporting live in the newsroom, Eric Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.
Eric, did agents working out of the Jacksonville office capture everyone they believe is directly or indirectly linked to that Mexican drug cartel?
Well, Agent Dubett told me he believes Miller's arrest will lead to identifying more suspects locally. So this is far from over, even though Operation Python officially ended this afternoon.
All right. Eric Avanier reporting live. Eric, thank you.